Yeah, I was proud of the response at halftime. You know, it wasn't a great first half on either end. The zone was sort of disruptive to the flow of the game, and then defensively, you know, we've really worked on it this week, trying to get back to some better habits defensively, and you know, we just really still kind of struggle. When we struggled offensively, we started to lose our focus a little bit and fell back into the habits we've been struggling with. But the guys were able to adjust at half and you know, played well in the second half, and were able to you know, flip the game around. And these two guys were key in that. So.
Yeah, we'll start with you. 15 points, 5 rebounds. A lot of it coming in the second half, kind of coinciding with the team turnaround. Just talk a little bit about your performance and how you were able to impact the game in the second half.
I mean, first half we weren't getting the best looks that we could have been getting. Got a lot of kick around the three-point line threes instead of kick out threes. Which as soon as we get to the middle, it always works out, whether we get inside looks or outside looks. But so that was kind of the key going into the second half, is trying to get those inside-outside looks, or just banging it down inside, and just gotta stick to it. I think I was 0 for 2 in the first half. Just had to stay strong, keep my head in it. I knew they were gonna fall, and then they just started falling. So just got in the groove, I guess. Yeah.
Aidan, for you, there's a lot of returners on this team, and you're one of the new guys. And you made a couple plays down the stretch in that first half, hit a couple threes, had a block early in the second half. Just talk about your role tonight and in turning the game around, and how it's been settling in for you as a newcomer to this veteran, sort of established core of the team, but being able to supplement that.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, we have just great senior leadership, as you said, and those guys just give me all the confidence in the world. They got my back. They got everyone else's back. I know all the coaches got everyone's back, and so it's no problem going out there. I feel no weight on my shoulders at all. I know that the guys got my back, and so it's nice to be able to get out there and help the guys win, and I think that it's only going to get better as a team. Just keep building. And the first half was, you know, bumpy. Started slow. I think the second half everyone kind of settled in and realized that we got to take things a little bit more seriously, and just obviously we got hot and couldn't stop us from there.
So yeah, the zone, obviously, this is a good three-point shooting team that just couldn't get one to fall in the first half. And it's one of those things where you don't want to tell them to stop shooting, but it's like we need something to go in to kind of get us going again. What was it that kind of got you going?
Well,
Other than the second half's coming up and we know we're going to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't shoot it great second half either from three. I think we were 4-15. But, you know, first off, what Owen said, it's the kind of shots you get. And then, you know, part of it is we just don't work on zone very much, if I'm being honest with you. Every time we face it, we hit 1 or 2 threes, and they just get out of it. And so, and I would say we faced more zone tonight than we have total in the 5 years that I've been, you know, in the 6 years, 5+ years that I've been here. That's how little a zone we faced in games. And so, you know, it is a different rhythm to it, and it is a different situation. Now, I had this feeling they were going to do it. I told the guys that during practice this week, and I told them that before the game, like, be ready, that I could just see them trying to play a zone with a tough trip this week, and kind of where they are with things right now. And their matchups inside with Mac and Trevor were difficult for them. And so, you know, it just is what it is. And I just think if you defend like we did in the second half, you're going to get out and run, and you're going to get some easy baskets, and you can withstand a poor shooting night, which we definitely did in the second half. I mean, we were only 4 for 15 from 3 in the second half, and we outscored them by 21 because we played great defense and we were able to get out and run. So defense needs to fuel the offense, no matter what kind of shots you're getting or whether they're going in. And we're a great finishing team, and so, you know, we can withstand these nights if we have a bad night, if we're playing the right kind of defense. But if we're just trying to outscore somebody, you're pretty reliant on shots to go in.
Guys, what was the difference defensively the second half? It just looks like almost you slowed down half a tick on offense, and defense, you covered so much better.
Well, we just had those little breakdowns. You know, we'd play 10, 15 seconds of defense, good solid defense, and have just a little breakdown like that flare on the wing, or just back cuts or something, whatever it was. So I think we just started talking more in the second half and just communicating, making sure we're in the right spots, just to take away any small chances they could have. And then they also weren't capitalizing when we did make a breakdown. like they did in the first half.
Yeah, I think just in the first half, we were just kind of lackadaisical, not communicating, stuff like that. And I think in the second half, we kind of made an adjustment. We switched 1 through 5, and everyone was talking more and more engaged, and just overall better mentality.
Then, talking about the zone, you kind of talk a little more about how they were able to take Mac and Trevor, kind of limit them, why the zone was effective in doing so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it really shouldn't have been because they were really trying to guard them one-on-one in there, and we just didn't get them in there enough. And then Trevor had a little bit of foul trouble. I don't know if his minutes ended up being down. They were. He only played 22. And so, Trevor did get 11 shots. Mac didn't get as many shots. And, honestly, they were rebounding a little bit more, I guess, and so, they were able to get the ball ahead to the guards, and then when we got in the half court, we weren't playing through them enough on the interior, and I guess that would be one thing that's a little different. We've been playing through them on the perimeter against man, and against zone, we need to play through them on the inside. We just didn't get them enough touches consistently. But they were moving the ball, and guys got – it's not like we were taking – most of our threes were still pretty good threes. I just didn't like the fact that at times we weren't playing through the bigs enough in that first half. When shots aren't going in, let's really try to play inside out or play and finish at the rim. And because when you get those inside out threes, that kind of gets you going. And then once you've hit a couple, you'll kind of settle in, as Patty said. And so, I just think we needed to play through them more than we did. So.
Yeah, for you, in a basketball game that's so predicated on threes and layups now, you get a bunch of mid-range shots, mid-range fadeaways. Talk about that comfortability in your game, and that's a shot that you're looking for when they're in the zone like that.
Yeah, well, I kind of just looked over at Mick, and I was like, hey, you want to stay on the inside? I was like, I could go in there and make some noise because, we were getting open looks inside in the mid-range, and that's one of my strengths I've talked about with the coaches. It's not our favorite shot to get. We call them tough twos because it's the lowest percentage shot on the floor. I just knew I had the confidence to go in there and take those shots and make them, so I did.
And they were really forcing that, so it was a great adjustment. He kind of did that on his own, and that was great. It was a great adjustment on his part to get inside and just kind of get in that high post because they literally just fanned out to the guards and then just were giving guys whatever they wanted in that range, and Owen's a great mid-range player.
Yeah, and then that just kind of sucked them in a little bit, and dump downs, kick outs, those were open after that, so it kind of just worked out.
And after you, Aidan, just talk about the buy-in from you and all the guards, really, just crashing the glass and then not being afraid to get in the paint. You hit a block, Lily had a couple blocks. Just talk about the fierce mentality you guys have playing inside when you guys are smaller guards.
Yeah, so, it's really there's like 6 or 7 of us at any given night, and we all in practice know that we got to bring it, and anyone who shows up ready to go on game day is gonna be able to contribute and come out there. And as a smaller guard, you just got to play with an edge and just be fierce, I guess, and just not give up anything, not take anything, and just I don't know, just try your best, I guess.
And then just a quick question: the final play that you had the and-one layup, big body down low, and just the flex to the bench. Just walk me through the emotions of just freaking out right there.
It's just all kinds of balled up emotions from the past couple of years, and just all released, I guess, right there. So felt good.
So, Coach, you talked about, we've got to figure out a rotation. We've got to try to shrink the bench a little, and then, okay, we're going to tinker with the lineup, and we're going to bring in guys that really haven't played as many minutes.
Yeah.
Because you have so much depth. It's
Yeah. Well, yeah, one of the interesting things tonight was we kind of had 2 groups that we had set, and then both Aidan and Sam were kind of wild cards in that if somebody wasn't really responding. And so, you would say they were 11 and 12 tonight. And, they both came in and brought good energy and really made some positive plays, played 22 minutes combined and scored 12 points, and I thought really did some nice things for us. So, we have full confidence in those 12. It's just hard to get 12 guys in a flow and a rhythm in a game. So somehow it's been really tormenting me. But, honestly, like the guys that step up defensively are going to be the group that we settle in on. And we really need to get better defensively. And, I think in some ways our offense has hurt our defense because in practice both teams are playing fast and we get a little tired. And then these bad habits have kind of slipped in defensively where we're taking too many chances, we're reaching, we're not playing with our feet, we stop communicating when we get tired. And so some of that's been built in with the pace we've had. And so somehow we got to be able to find how to sustain our defensive toughness, playing at a pace that we want to be playing at. And so it's not going to be fixed overnight. This is going to be a serious, commitment we're going to all have to make to grow over time, because we really have established some bad habits here over the last couple of months defensively.
Then the platoon swaps in the first half. What are you looking to see when you guys are doing that?
Well, part of it is let's just kind of see the first half if we can. We got 2 games back to back. It's great to get people involved early, and then just kind of see what group we want to. The coaching staff sat down at halftime and been all like, who are our 9 now? And we decided on that group and ran with that group. And there are going to be some good players that get left out of that, but you're going to have to perform in the first half to get to play in the second half, and that should keep an edge on guys to keep performing and competing at a high level so they get on the floor that second half.
All right, thanks a lot,
Thanks,
you guys.
guys.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Metro! If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.